Durst, you have never heard of active interaction with whatever the religious individuals have regarding the moons.
It doesn't answer them. It wouldn't. So why?
And I'm going to say that 25 is so high that you going, I know what is. You think about Zell's dream. You think about this figure with this much knowledge, with this sort of abstracted nature. And it brings to mind another moon, the Scholar's Moon, said to be a watcher, said to be an individual that, is a protective individual and also bestows knowledge upon those who gain its blessings.
I am literally doing like the Jimmy Neutron like brain blast moment, trying to put
Absolutely.
this all together. I don't know how you mean the Scholar's Moon. I didn't know the Scholar's Moon was a thing.
Let me...
Is that one of the supplementary documents you had about the seasons and moons of Tyria?
Yep.
I've not fully read that one.
That
I
one's...
just want to say, if he verbally says something about the Scholar's Moon, I'm
Yes.
gonna go look outside and see what moon's up,
I'm
or what I
gonna-
know.
I'm
you'd
gonna
be...
briefly open up the document. For
Absolutely. I believe it is the Moon of Locke, which would be
Seasons.
out now during the night, but it would be getting low in the sky.
King's Moon, the Herald's Moon.
Yeah.
Herald's Moon.
Maybe I got that mixed up between the Scholars and the...
There's the King, the Herald, the Shepherd, and the Maiden.
One's
Yes.
Locke. So I'm not looking at
Yeah,
the
which
thing.
one's Locke?
The Herald's Moon.
Okay, then that's the right one.
Okay.
Locke essentially is the... It warns of coming darkness and gazing over people to make certain of their safety. It's of the moon of curiosity and analytical minds. Generally, when Locke is in the sky, there are different rites done to prepare for the oncoming cold in the seasons of change and death. But you saw in your dream, not Locke. And Jelko's has nothing to do with the moons whatsoever, so I don't know.
Well, that's what I'm saying, that Jelko's does. Because
Again, I'm not sure how though. How does
the
that
the
do?
depiction
The
of
Scholar Moon.
the depiction of the Herald is often a robed figure.
Okay, didn't realize that.
And the idea of something that watches and protects and has all these events that like it's looking forward to
Okay.
is the
Because
concept.
I did not hear the entirety of the dream. For
Yeah.
that, so-
Oh yeah, right. My bad.
No good. Jelko, you have a protector, it sounds like. Are you familiar with the Herald Moon Lock?
Yeah, moons. Everyone knows there's 4 of them. They were missing. They came back. It's fine. Zell is like really seeming out of it all of a sudden. Like very a little bit vague, so to speak.
I don't. One thing at a time.
Lucy's things are more important than mine.
No, they aren't. Both of you are important. It sounds at the moment that what we would like to do and what we actually can do something about is getting the answers from these dead bodies, correct?
You told me not to talk to the dead bodies.
I didn't say not to talk to them. It sounded like they just didn't want to talk to you.
Well,
There are other
yeah,
ways to gain
but-
knowledge. And we have to, as a scholar, approach every single kind of way. And if we haven't tried the living, we should try the living next. Yeah?
I
You
can't try the living very well, but you can.
I can't. Well, perhaps. But it's worth something, especially for trying to get information about gnomes and where they're buried. You would have that
Speak
here.
him.
you hear a soft knock on the door.
I was just going to say, speaker of the devil. There's someone who actually does have the ability to probably get that information. Would be very helpful. Lucy. Not Lucy. Bird. Archie. I didn't call you Bird. I know your name. Archie, you can come in.
I quietly slip into the door and close it.
You've heard essentially everything, I'm guessing.
Scotsy is right with you. Actually, probably goes in ahead of you. Just a little like.
Hello.
You're quite loud, actually.
Durrus
slip-
glares at the cat.
The cat lies down on a piece of paper.
Two points I would like to let you know. One, I speak Gnomish. Two, I also too can speak with the dead.
Ashy, because of your time with the gnomes, you were very well aware of some of their cultural traits. One of which is actually burying, specifically burying their dead with specific trees. That they essentially act as family plots in a way. So they have a literal family tree. Because the roots protect, and so they want to protect their dead.
Durrus leans over and just nudges Scotsy off the paper and is kind of like, just starts trying to lift it up with the cat. And like,
It's doing one of those like complete dead weights. It's-
shaking it.
See, come here.
kind of does like a little like wiggle and gets out. And...
Sorry,
No,
she
it's
just
fine.
likes you. But both I can talk with the living gnomes about it, as well as possibly talk with the dead gnomes about it.
It might be more worthwhile at this point if Jellikov was not able to. If a necromancer was unable to get answers, it might be more difficult, but we should try figuring that out.
I'm gonna say that like there wasn't a real aggressive attempt to do so. Just as like reference sake.
Well, people
I was
can
not here
acknowledge-
for any of those, so I have no clue.
Yeah,
what...
exactly. I'm like, Zell's basically like, well, there's a lot of bullshit here. And it's like, oh, they're in the trees. Can I talk to the tree? And I'm like, the tree doesn't talk to you. And you're like, okay. And was I wrong about that, Jin? Or is that how it went down?
You did say that he couldn't contact them. So, and you implied it was because of the roots or something.
Right. So
protecting them.
there was an
Yeah, I
implication.
assumed. Yeah.
but like there wasn't like an active pursuit of being like we absolutely need to
It's
do that.
probably better to get family help than just cutting through someone. Like, this would be the equivalent of like, all right,
Yeah.
so I got a pickaxe, and I just really got to get through this gravestone. You know, like I don't know who this is.
I
I gotta
appreciate
get through it.
the wizard mentality of like, oh, we need to talk to the dead. Okay, we're just gonna rip out the tree. Like,
I
Zell
mean, like,
is
you can't get to them, so
Yeah.
it feels like
Zell
it's
is-
not the way to go.
very respectful and gentle towards the dead.
Mhm.
He's not going to do something that's overstepping boundaries. So
That's the guy we should talk to. Probably whose family owns that plot. Probably nearby. All right. Lucy, go with Rashi, and please. We can start with the bartender. They might be awake now. I'm not sure. Rich, what time is it? Does it look like the sun is coming up at this point? or not yet?
sun's pretty close to coming up, I'd say.
See if we can get Alex some questions on them when we start today.
I'm gonna need Constitution saves between Zell and Lucy.
oh, okay.
Up all night.
Yeah. I'm gonna say you do it at advantage because, like, you know, you got some sleep. Okay. Okay, good thing that's at advantage.
Zell's tired,
Zell's
man.
tired. Okay, both of you are like, you're used to shitty sleep and bad dreams, so you're just like, I'm just gonna power through. No worries.
Need a Red Bull and a granola bar. Keep it moving.
Hell yeah. Cool. Yeah. So wait, you go up to the bar?
Well, that's what he was suggesting.
Yes, if you could go to the bar. And do you Lucy and Ashi leave?
If Lucy's comfortable actually leaving with me, I don't know.
Yeah, I'll follow.
Okay.
I'm
Alright.
thinking about my captain problem, so I'm not even paying. I just heard it and I started walking.
All right, and Dara's gonna turn to Zell. I appreciate you feeling comfortable enough to share some of this, and also I do want to say, if you ever are having struggles again, please let me know. I am familiar with them. I know how to mitigate them to some extent if there's ever a problem. And you really do need to be exerting as much as your magic as you possibly can, especially for those with sorceress blood. Well, the magic surges can be very dangerous if unregulated, so just for me, would you please take care of yourself? Especially if you're going to be traveling with us, I'm probably going to be unbearably unsuffering about this at every possible opportunity. So I would suggest getting into the habit of actually taking care of yourself.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, I'll try. Are we supposed to go back, Duras, and check in on the paperwork? Because I'm nervous about traveling without what little evidence of my identity I have after that dream.
We should absolutely get that back. They should be actually ready today. We should go back and see.
Just not yet. Right?
No, we can go, Lucy, and if you like, or we can try to speak to the bartender as well and try to figure out what might be related to that family plot. But if that shadow ended up going into the graves and that's where it is, I'm sure the family would also like to know that as well.
There was a lot of magic down there, below them. Really deep below them. I don't know if the graves are directly connected. I was just trying to ask the dead if they knew what the shadow was.
If you are
So-
concerned and they might know the answer, it's better to have the knowledge than not. I commend you for checking that.
Does Lucy know the details about like what kind of tree? Do we even ask these questions, or did we just get sent off and have to come back?
There's well, I mean, like the idea is like you wouldn't have to worry about that because
Durish just wanted you out of the room so we could talk to
Yeah.
Zell about wild magic. That was
also what Zell described wasn't a single tree that had this. It was there's bodies among the roots.
Right.
And there are many trees all over the place, so you wouldn't feel like you have to be specific. Also,
Yeah, I wasn't sure if we were looking for a specific family plot or something in the city.
no,
Okay.
I don't think so. But anyways, you get to Ashy and Lucy get to the front of the bar, and there's a dark-haired gnome, who kind of like half opens one eye after like seemingly just sitting there whittling and being like, "Well, how the hell? Sleep on my tongue. How the hell are how? Why are you up so early?"
Morning. Been a rough night for some folks.
All right.
We had some questions. The local traditions for burial with the families. I was just wondering, has there been any reported issues with things in the I'm not quite sure what to ask in this case because I don't really know the situation. If like I should be asking if there's magic under it or who would be the person to ask for more
just
information?
signed up here for some extra coin just to stare over the bar. Okay, you're asking me about the internment of the dead?
Yes.
Yeah, we go through the druids for that.
Oh.
Like the keepers, the keepers of the place and whatnot. I mean,
Would I know where they're at?
Oh, they're all over the place. But I mean, like the thing is like they've been real quiet recently. Seemingly got something rustling. I need to wake up.
How long has that been going on?
When was the wedding?
A couple weeks ago?
No, couldn't.
Around the wedding?
No, I mean
Is when
yeah,
it happened?
well, yeah, but no, it's not weeks. It was So yeah, it's been an odd handful of months. I'd say. I'm thinking. I'm sorry.
You need
see,
coffee.
well, Neve's kind of the one to go to usually. I'm just
Filling in.
that's exactly that. But what I do know is, we've been. It's been a little bit of a. Wait, why am I just talking to you? You're in with us, right? I've been hearing word about a crow that's, like amongst the rabbits, right? That's you. I haven't seen any other.
Yes.
Okay, good. Oh, right. Okay, I know both of you. Okay, we're good. I can actually talk. I can talk free. Didn't want to goddamn hatchet blade in my back for talking to the wrong folk.
When he says that, Lucy will take her axe out of her robe and just has it in her hand for no reason.
Did I?
Still no hatchet blade in the back, I promise. She just comforts.
I don't want a hatchet blade in the front either.
Comforts her. You're
Have
fine.
I-
You're fine.
Like he's gonna lean close to Ash and be like, "Have I done something to offend the miss?" Or like,
It's totally of her comfort. She has a.
"Oh, her
very
comfort's
strong
my
bond.
discomfort." Okay, all right, understood.
Yes. Unfortunate, but yes.
This guy's going to kind of look around and like just grab the whittling knife that he had and just like hold it out and be like, "All right, there. Now we're even, I guess." Okay. When it comes to these sort of things, we've been, well, most people have been forbidden from the undertunnels, because there's been some keepers that went down there and didn't come back up right, and that's been a real hamper on our business. I'll say that much. But that's the case of it. There's something, but there's something lingering. There's been there's been folks coming in. I've been hearing that there's been some issues among the wagon way. It feels like you ever been around a place that you know something bad's gonna happen, but you never know when?
Yeah.
There's been a shadow over Prismus. And the Warrens have been. We don't usually have this many people out out watching the ways. We don't usually have the keepers just shelled up inside of their houses. There's something wrong is happening, but we don't know what, and it's not our business to know. And it feels just a lot bigger than otherwise, and everyone else seems to be walking around here because they've lost their way. They've got their mind on other things. But us folk who are close to the ground, we've been feeling it. We've been feeling it for a while, and we've been laying low.
Look at Lucy.
It's an ill tiding.
Maybe there's something we have the ability to do to help, but we definitely have felt it too, so that's why we were asking.
Anything. Listen, I'm not no community head or anything like that, but I'm saying like anything that could help out. We've lost people in the tunnels, and I've lived a good handful of years and whatnot. Never heard that before. We were trying to expand them, trying to go stuff like that. Even, and this is just rumors. It's just what I heard, but they found more tunnels we didn't build.
Would you say these tunnels were very old? Did anyone talk about them?
They said they go on forever. But I mean, they have to be old, because like if we didn't know about them, they can't have been new. I mean, if you're down in the tunnels at work and stuff like that, you'd feel construction like that. It's bad.
Glance back at Lucy to see if she has something to say.
You want drinks or? I was told that that's what I was supposed to do. All of this is definitely not what I was paid for.
Do you have any, like, I don't know, breakfast tea?
Oh yeah, I can get some breakfast tea.
Let's get 4 glasses of that to take upstairs.
All right. Dandelion tea.
Sure.
All right. And is gonna kind of go away and kind of start working on that. And yeah.
I pay for the tea and so just head back upstairs.
Yeah, this is actually very much like a younger gnome that's there. Being like, so wait, you're here to help?
Kind of what we do.
All right.
We've been looking for work, but just been focusing on possibly going out to sea, but if there's something here that needs help.
All right.
If we've been affected by it too, apparently, so.
Well, okay, one of the things that's actually probably got everyone even more on edge. The only guards that have actually come into New Prismus for anything have been those Seahawks that have been hounding the ports. Usually we'd have people coming in and back, but it seems like they're holed up. They're holding those walls. And we're looking at that and they're saying like, well, what do they know that we don't? And there's been rattling inside the wagon district, because the church be coming around and whatnot, but a lot of no good in the air. But Hope the tea's nice. I put some sugar in there actually. I had,
Oh, thank you.
we had a little extra. I think shaved off the top. No one will notice. I don't think. And if they do, it wasn't me.
Never saw a thing. Don't know about it.
Absolutely. He's gonna look down at he's gonna look down at the bar where you can't see. And he's like, Chester, you didn't see anything, to you? And you hear a rapid scatter off. He goes, ah. Right. So you didn't hear it from me.
Thank you for letting us know, though. I appreciate it.
Well, I mean, shit. You're gonna hear it from one person or another. If you're asking questions like that, might as well be from it'll be from me, so that, you know, hey, when you solve this, you can point back to me and be like, oh, well, Donovan helped us out with that, gave us a word in edgewise.
Thank you, Donovan, for the information. And I will be sure to sing your praises as a hero if this does turn out to be a song-worthy adventure.
Well, look at that. Things are already looking up.
Good way to start the morning.
Yeah, well, your morning, my nighttime, because I'm gonna have one hell of a sleep after this. Then I have to head over to Big B's and see if his supply is going to be working. But that's my business.
Well, thank you again, and taking the tea upstairs.
Downstairs.
Downstairs. Whichever direction I need to go.
There's very few upstairs among the Warrens, just for reference sake.
Downstairs.
There's like four houses with an upstairs, and I think they're purely used for storage. Yeah. All right, you go downstairs. Ashy comes back with some nice sort of tea that's in there. It's kind of got like a little bit of a golden hue to it.
You guys want tea? First.
I would absolutely love some tea, thank you.
Zell? Lucy?
Zell kind of looks. Zell kind of looks at Durst like he really wants to say something, thinks about it, changes his mind, and then goes, "Yeah, tea would be lovely, thank you."
She
Did you
ordered
guys
four,
get your-
So I imagine that Lucy would have grabbed her own.
Okay, that's what I was assuming. I was just like, I don't know why I'm carrying Lucy's, but
She can't carry two because obviously the axe.
Mm.
So she just grabbed hers and kept it.
that's fine. Did you guys have the conversation you needed to while we were gone? Not, this is Robin asking out of game.
I think so.
Okay. I was gonna wait for Ben to come back before I explained what I heard, but technically he heard it too, maybe, so.
Well, Ben, like,
Black and no.
Ben
Okay.
and Zell would not have heard the conversation at the
I
bar.
literally meant Ben as in
Oh,
the
Ben, the
person,
player?
not. Yeah.
Coin flip.
He said no, so I'm going to explain what we heard, that the community has been very unsettled. There has been a practice where druids do the interment, and they're called the Guardians, and they've gone down into the under tunnels and have gone missing, and so things have been very concerned in regards to that space under town, and that the presence normally of guards in the area has disappeared because they're focusing on manning the walls, and the only ones that have come in are the ones harassing with the Seahawks for pirates. And they also uncovered more tunnels, old tunnels that go on forever underneath the city. Does that sound familiar to you?
Would you like to make a
I'm gonna
check?
do a history check.
Yeah.
You don't mind.
I was just meaning in regards to the vaults, old tunnels under. So.
Yeah, no, I want to see if I can figure out maybe whose vault this is. 28.
28's a
Damn.
pretty good roll.
It's a good number.
How many
Mhm.
dragons do we have? Because we can eliminate 2 technically.
One.
No, because
No,
you
because the
did
silver was.
you did silver, and you know that the House of Brass has opened up their vault.
Yeah.
Right.
You've heard stories
Regarding Prismus.
regarding the dragons of Prismus, that there was not just a single dragon in Prismus,
Oh no.
but rather there was another dragon that lived beneath, that was imprisoned, supposedly because they had gone mad.
Oh, we found the mad one. Oh no.
Yeah, because the rest of them are just absolutely paragons of sanity.
Wait,
and
I'm sorry.
good
This
decision
my
making.
Discord froze. What dragon is this? What?
The
He
crazy
didn't
one.
say.
That
He didn't say.
this, and you are aware from the presence of the different houses that the only 2 houses that are particularly representative within the area are the House of Gold and the House of Copper.
Mm.
The House of Gold, however, you know, has various organizations and representations, and you very much know that this was the Palace of Gold, was like Prismus originally. There's no such place for Copper.
It's probably the gold.
Way around.
No, the other way around.
Oh, it's the one that's underground.
It's-
Lovely.
It's just-
Great. That's in place. Cool.
So much so that you've been aware that the House of Bronze is. There's been rumors of various individuals.
Copper.
Copper. My bad.
Yep.
Everything's
Okay, figured.
bronze to me. The House of Copper, is.
You did this with Jin too.
I did this with Jin, and I feel so bad because it was me mixing up bronze and brass. This is just me going. The House of Bronze is the only house. No, the House of
The
Copper.
house of brown metal.
Of brown
I'm
metal.
thankful and appreciative that I am all that's in the head.
Yes. So the House of Copper specifically is all about using magic in sort of various different forms and like art, and like they're patrons of like the various arts that are going out there, to the point where there's been cases of individuals having strange sort of fascinations and like sort of behaviors among the house that seem to coincide with these sort of obsessions that sort of build up, where there'll be one member of the house who focuses on a specific actor and will be like constantly sort of like their patron, or a specific art form or a specific color, or like such things occur, and they're just like quirks and eccentricities. But with the idea of this supposed mad dragon held beneath the city at some point, it feels in keeping that this could be indicative of the curse they face. That was a high roll. Do you want some questions? Some clarifying points?
My brain is shutting down. I did not hear anything you just said.
Okay. The House of Copper is patron to the arts. They tend to have various obsessions that are seen generally as eccentricities up until the point that they just stop going out publicly. And you presume that that's the curse related to this supposed mad dragon that got held beneath the city. And if these tunnels go on as endlessly as possible, this would indicate some level of obsession.
Got it. Okay. Can I save my questions for when it's not 11 p.m.?
Absolutely.
How many questions do I get for next time?
I'll give you 2.
Great. I will save that for then. Robin, would you please remind me? I have 2 questions. Thank you.
Yeah, we are going to be shutting down real soon.
Yeah.
But generally, Durst would describe that it's like this is most likely the tunnels related to the sire, like the scion of the House of Copper. I can give you a proper.
Oh, no. Durst would not blurt that out immediately. Actually, we're going to have a conversation. We're going to have a team huddle
Next time?
with Zell. Yeah.
Okay. Sounds good. Well, I appreciate you all having her. I apologize, Robin, that took this long to get you in. You're
Fine.
gonna I promise that the next session will be very ashy focused, considering if we're getting into like major gnome territory.
Most of the games are usually ashy focused, so
That's
I'm like,
true.
I'm okay.
Okay.
Not being.
Just get us all in.
Yeah, I'm doing it. I'm bringing everyone in. But this is the sort of like, this is the setup. This is like the pre-Avengers sort of moment where you get all the separate movies, and then Iron Man shows up at one of the things in a giant donut and is like, "Hey, I'm making the Avengers," because that's how he sounds. Hey, I'm making the Avengers.
Hey, I'm making the Avengers over
Yeah,
here.
I got a donut. And you got Avengers.
You gotta
Donut now.
We're gonna do the Avengers. Tony, what are you talking?
Tony.
Tony.
On that note, we're all
Right.
tired and talking some
Yeah.
mad bullshit.
Yeah,
And yeah, I hope to see y'all next time when it comes around to Friday. And holy shit, we got a full recording done. Hooray!